Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. We are from Group 4. Before we start our discussion for today, I would like to introduce ourselves first. So my name is Nurjavika Dini binti Azizul Azan and my matrix number is 207767.
Hi, my name is Nuliana binti Rozaidi and my matrix number is 208196.
Hi, my name is Mardia binti Muhammad Ilyas and my matric number is 205195.
Hi, my name is Nur Adira binti Muhammad Azlan and my matric number 208153.
Today, our group would like to discuss about zero waste and our main focus on this topic is it is difficult to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia and what is our view on this topic. Before we start our discussion, I think we have to know what is the definition of zero waste lifestyle. Zero waste lifestyle is a movement to living a life without creating any waste. In my opinion, it is difficult to practice zero lifestyle in Malaysia because certain aspects of a zero waste lifestyle require more expensive. Why I say this? It is because certain zero waste products they cost more, such as glass jar, paper bag, and bamboo product. This situation occurred due to the eliminations of plastic packaging and they substitute it with something sustainable, which is more expensive. So this is hard for people who are less fortunate money because why they want to spend their money on more expensive product when they can have cheaper option, which is plastic bag. For example, I have made a few researches and I found out that cost for 200-gram coffee that packed in a glass of jar is 30 ringgit 40 cent. But in the same gram of coffee packed in a plastic bag costs 12 ringgit only. As you can see here, these two products have huge different prices. So people who don't really have that much money obviously will choose the cheaper option. From here, I think to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia is impossible because not everyone can afford to buy expensive things. So Yana, would you like to share your opinion with us? What do you think? It is difficult to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia?
I totally agree with your point, Nine. I also think that it's difficult to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia because we're having biggest challenge, which is finding alternative to replace things that create trash in our life. To be more specific, zero waste lifestyle is a journey to find alternative. We replace things or behavior that create waste with a substitute that does not create waste. I would say that it's hard to transform our entire lifestyle. It needs us to overcome all the fear and uncertainty to a lot of courage. So one of the hardest part to do is plastic free. As we know that plastic has become a constant element in our life. It's everywhere. Malaysian people very like using plastic. As you can see, everything is plastic, such as plastic bag, plastic bottle, plastic container, plastic straw, and more. They hard to get rid of their habit of using plastic in their daily life. Even if when they are shopping, it's difficult for them to bring along a reusable cloth bag, which can help in reducing plastic consumption. So I can say that it's difficult to adopt zero waste lifestyle in our country. So what do you guys think?
Well, in my opinion, I believe that practicing zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia is difficult because zero waste living is very dependent on specific time, which means people practicing zero waste only at a certain time or a moment. Back in 2019, plastic straw has been a big issue all around the world, including Malaysia, after a video of plastic straw stuck in a turtle nose goes viral. This incident happened because of the waste litter at the ocean. From that moment, a lot of Malaysia changed the material of straw to recyclable one, like bamboo, glass, and metal, just to avoid the incident from happening again in the future. Reusable straw was everywhere at that time, just to replace the plastic straw. The changes made reduce the plastic waste, but it does not last for a long period. Even though some eateries still implement reusable straw, to support zero waste up until this day, but plastic straw is still being used because of the bad habit of Malaysia, who are following trends and doesn't last that long. In conclusion, it shows that practicing zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia is difficult because zero waste lifestyle is very dependent on time. So what do you think, Adira?
I got all your points. We're saying that to do this practice is quite expensive, no alternative, and people practicing zero waste only at certain time. Am I right? But in my perspective, practice zero waste is not quite difficult because there are many campaigns that support zero waste around the world. So it can help people to reduce their waste in the right practice with this awareness. For example, Aberdeen City Council backed Zero Waste Scotland anti-litter campaign, which aimed to inspire locals to enjoy the great outdoor without leaving litter. It said that discarded waste can also be a danger to young children and animals, and it is estimated that 80% of marine litter washing up on our beaches started out on land. So I think zero waste can be practiced in our country.
Does anyone have something to say?
Sure. Alira, that's a valid point. But did you know that the campaign alone won't win in this war? Why I say this because Malaysia can't achieve zero waste lifestyle by waiting for consumer to do the right thing. For example, recently a plastic straw ban campaign has been held by the government. But we can see that apart from signs in eateries stating that straws are only available upon request, but the result of the number of straw used and disposed has been no marked decline. This is because in many eateries, straws are given by default. When I made a research why plastic straw continue to be inserted into beverages by default, the reason is because the customers often scolded restaurant workers and demanded straws. This clearly shows that the purported straw ban is not a ban, but merely an advice. It will have no actual impact on reducing plastic production, consumption, or waste in Malaysia, and is merely a publicity exercise by governmental agency to create the impression that they are doing something about the issue of plastic waste. But actually, they don't do anything because there's no binding force to this advisory, no enforcement of the restriction against plastic straw, and no penalties or charges against those who wish to continue using plastic straw. It neither reduces the demand for plastic straw nor increases the demand for reusable alternatives such as steel or bamboo straw or paper straw. This is because no alternative to plastic straws are offered at eateries, and no fee is charged on those who insist on being given straw. This reasonable advisory is also ineffective because plastic straw, as well as other single-use disposable plastic and styrofoam products, are still available for sale at retail outlets and supermarkets. So I strongly agree that practicing zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia is very difficult.
But for your information, there are certain awareness from campaign that being accepted by citizens. For example, many supermarkets use biodegradable plastic and bring their own bag to avoid buying plastic bag that being charged around 20%, so 20 cents ringgit. To support my point just now, as we know, nowadays recycling items are being applied to many countries like Germany, Austria, South Korea, and others. So it can help the practice.
May I say something? I also agree with Jeannie, and I strongly agree that practicing zero waste lifestyle is very difficult. And if we make campaigns to support zero waste, the awareness will not last that long. If I'm not mistaken, around 2018, Selangor has implemented no plastic bag policy for all supermarket and store in that state. This action was taken in hope that the states can lessen the waste production and also usage of plastic. That time, a lot of people started to bring their own recycle bag and stop using plastic bag. An alternative method has also been introduced by some supermarkets where they provide recycle box from the packaging to the customer. So the customer can use the box to carry their items and recycle the box after use. Supermarket would charge 20 cents for each plastic bag demanded by a customer. And also, some will provide free recycle bag for purchasing at certain amount to support zero waste living. But despite all the effort made, this zero waste living has been neglected over a period of time. People no longer bring their own recycle bag. Instead, they still choose to pay for plastic bag. 20 cents per bag may be a small loss for the customer, but the effect may cause damage and loss to the nation in the future. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, that's true. Indeed, there are campaigns organized by the government, such as the 3R campaign, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Yet it does not show a deep awareness among us. This campaign did not succeed in influencing people mindset, and of course, it didn't give much awareness to the participants. They even do not practice that 3R in their daily life. As we can see, now it is hard to find the 3R bin in this country. So this shows that the campaign organized didn't give much impact to us.
Having a look at this different approach really opened my eyes that practice zero waste in Malaysia are quite hard. But I still hope that one day we can achieve zero waste, even another 100 years to save our world.
So before we end our discussion, we can conclude that practicing zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia is difficult because it requires more expense. Besides, it is hard to find alternative to replace things that create waste in our life. Lastly, zero waste living is very dependent on specific time. I think that's all from us. Thank you for your cooperation. Bye.